All right, welcome back, eSIMstudios. We are going to do a benchmark test today. So these three devices all have three different CPUs. So I have the S25 here, Ultra here, with the Snapdragon 8 Elite CPU. I have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 with the Exynos 2500 CPU. And I have the new Motorola Signature with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. I want to see how this new 8 Gen 5 stacks up against the 2500 and the 8 Elite. It should beat out the 2500 and should get close, if not beat last year's flagship CPU. But time will tell, and hopefully it won't take that long. Now, I'm going to edit out the time it takes while it's doing these, so you're immediately going to get results. I'm going to test CPU on these, and then we're going to go GPU, both OpenCL and Vulcan. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to run these, and then we will be right back with the results. Now, the Samsung devices are not in the performance profile. I made that mistake in one of my previous videos. I had, I think, the S25 Ultra in the performance profile, and it only used 80% of its power, but I made sure profiles are off, 100% here, and then this is full blast as well. So we'll be right back with the results. And I forgot to mention, all devices are updated to the latest operating system. All applications are updated. Now, this is on beta software. This is the Samsung S25 Ultra is on Android 16, but it's on beta One UI beta 8.5. This is on just One UI 8, obviously latest security patch, and then this is on their Android 16 latest security patch as well. So this is the only one on beta, but everything's updated, software and apps. All right, we are back. The S25 Ultra finished first. This finished second, about 10 seconds, maybe about 5 seconds behind the S25 Ultra, and then this just finished. That was a good 30 seconds behind. As you could tell, the Snapdragon 8 Elite got the best score, single core score of 3020, followed by the new Motorola Signature with a score of 2847 single core performance. And then falling behind in last place was the Z Flip 7 with 2249 single core score. That's considerably behind, although I am happy to see that the single core score of the new Motorola Signature is just a few percent behind the last year's flagship single core score. But check out the multi-core scores. A big score of 9,180, and this is technically not the very best CPU that Qualcomm has out right now. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is the very best. This is the 8 Gen 5, but is not really showing much lack in performance. I mean, that's right up there, if not close to what the 8 Elite scores. I think those barely cracked 10,000, and you can see that's right up there. It does beat last year's flagship multi-core score in the 8 Elite with 8404 with last year's flagship, and then the Z Flip 7 comes in last with look, those are decent scores. The Flip 7, those are not bad by any means, but when you have them next to, I mean, this is the Motorola Signature still has, I mean, look, this is classified as a flagship CPU. It's just maybe not maxed out to the very edge of bleeding edge of performance with the 8 Elite, but I think I prefer this one just because they keeps the heat down. And look, I don't game. Yes, I do use them for video editing, and that's where it concerns me the most. But this is certainly not jipping you on performance by any means. Those are very strong scores. Just under 3,000, just under 10,000 here. Very good scores. Now, let's do GPU, right? So we will do OpenCL, I believe, is first. And let's see what these crack out. I'll see you in a second. All right, now these scores shocked me. Well, at least this score shocked me. I did not expect to see the Exynos 2500 with the win. Exynos 2500 on the Z Flip 7 scored 18,473 points on the GPU OpenCL test. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra came in second with a score of 17,631. And third place is the Signature 17,384. These are all right in the same area. Now, compared to the Pixel 10 with a measly score, I think that scored, that's why I didn't even include it in this test, because it can't even keep up. Let's be honest. Pixel cannot keep up with the Tensor G5. I think it scored like a 4,000 last time I tested it. That's why I'm like, there's no point in including the Pixel in this performance testing. This is meant for the big boys, right? Well, these are very, very respectable scores. Samsung Exynos surprisingly took the W here. Now, let's test the Vulcan, shall we? Vulcan, and I will see you back in just a second. All right, and there you have it. So the S25 Ultra does come out on top with a score of 23,946 on the GPU Vulcan test. The Motorola Signature comes in second with a score of 21,230. And the Z Flip 7 with the Exynos 2500 comes in third with a score of 19,644 for the Vulcan test. The OpenCL test did very well here. While we're at it, I'm going to test the Wi-Fi speeds here. Now that we have scores, the Signature, brand new device, hangs in there very well. As you can tell, it's not, again, technically the absolute very best CPU that Qualcomm puts out. Still a flagship CPU. As you can tell, performs just as well as last year's flagship CPU. So definitely not lagging in that department. I almost prefer this one over the Elite just for some thermal, and look, everybody's going to be different. Some want the absolute very, very best, but I just wanted to show you what this CPU can do. Not much testing out there right now on YouTube when it comes to this 8 Gen 5, so I wanted to show everybody what it can do. Now, it does have a new modem in there. This has the same, I believe it's the X85 modem that's in the new Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. And this has the Snapdragon X80 modem that's in the 8 Elite, and this has an Exynos modem that's in the Samsung. So let's go ahead. This is on Wi-Fi. Let's go ahead and test that, and I will get these set up. These are ready to go. So you see a download. Now I pay for 3 gigs download and upload speeds. When I'm wired, I can get 2.5 because that's as high as my Ethernet port will go when plugged in. 2.5 download, 2.5 upload. Wi-Fi is obviously a different story. Let's go ahead and test the Exynos modem here and see what it can do. Holy crap, that's good. Wow. And this is at the time of the day where not many people in the house is using, oh my gosh, our network. It's basically at this time at around 6, it's just me. So it's perfect time to test. That's a fantastic score. Wow, that's pretty darn good. As you can see, it actually has the same modem that's in the Pixel with the Z Flip 7 has the same modem that's in the Pixel 10 series. Pixel 10 does get very good Wi-Fi performance. I will give them that. I do shit on the Exynos CPU quite a bit, but their modem inside the devices perform very well. And you have a final score here, just cracking a gig on the download and 891 upload. And this did 1100 download, 938 upload, and then 631 down, 596 up. So as you can see, these two modems, especially this brand new one, pretty good performing modem, pretty darn good. So very impressed with this Motorola Signature. I signed into it earlier today. Haven't been using it a whole lot. I've been running around town testing it out with the network. I'm going to make a individual network video just for the Motorola Signature tomorrow. So if you're interested in getting this or just curious to see how it performs here in the United States, it was shipped from India. Although the 5G band has 24 5G bands in here. When I was going around town, I was checking my network app to see what band I was on, to see the signal strength. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna ride around town tomorrow, and I'm gonna record doing a bunch of speed tests, a bunch of signal tests, see how strong the signal is. Now I'm using T-Mobile. Well, I will. My SIM card's in here right now, but I'm gonna be throwing it in here tomorrow and recording a video on network testing with T-Mobile here in San Antonio. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the eSIMstudios YouTube channel. I will upload that tomorrow around this time tomorrow. And if you have any questions whatsoever, leave them down in the comments below. I check them every day and try to answer every single one. Even if you call me a dummy, I'll say thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Would be the first time. So it's all good. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Appreciate your time. Peace.